Since its inception in 2019, we have continued to grow and adapt our Be Will programming to meet the needs of our community. The quarterly events are based on our 3 pillars: empower, engage, and inspire. Empower events offer training that provides professional growth. Inspire events provide motivation by showcasing an encouraging life story with advice to incorporate into day-to-day life. And engage events allow all of us the opportunity to partner with local nonprofits and give back to our community. These events are planned by the Be Will Steering Committee. Our steering committee members are listed on the screen now. And 5 members of our steering committee will also be helping us announce tonight's award winners. Would the Be Will Steering Committee in attendance tonight please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Today, we are excited to recognize and celebrate 5 different women from a variety of backgrounds, professions, and experiences. Today, you will meet a woman who founded a program to mentor and support physical and massage therapists from less advantaged means to grow the practice of their dreams. A woman who created a cooking and nutrition class to create a resource for cancer patients and survivors. A woman supporting the mission of working towards intersectional anti-racism, creating space for food justice work, building equity, and ensuring access to local food, art, and education. A woman who persevered to keep an organization helping young girls in the community viable during difficult times. And a woman who created a community that embraces everyone and created a culture that uplifts and inspires each other daily. These women and their stories are all unique, just like the past 13 years of award winners, and we are honored to introduce you to them in just a few moments. Before we officially begin today's program, I would like to take a moment and thank our wonderful sponsors and supporters who have helped make Women Excel Bloomington Awards so popular. Many have been part of this event since its inception over a decade ago. We'll thank all of our sponsors with a round of applause at the end of the list. Cassidy Electrical Contractors, Cook Group, Old National Bank, Ruoff Mortgage, Indiana University, B97 and 105.1, Developify Consulting, First Financial Bank, Fourth Phase Technology, and Nature's Way. We have a number of additional sponsors that are supporting today's Women Excel Bloomington Awards. You'll see their names on the screen behind me as well as in your program. Please join me in a round of applause to thank everyone involved in the 2023 Women Excel Bloomington Awards. Women Excel Bloomington was created to honor women, no matter where they are in their careers, in life, or where their job hits on the organizational chart, who set a standard of professionalism and exemplify the heart and spirit of a mentor, educator, and leader. There is no shortage of aspiring, visionary, passionate women leaders in Bloomington and Monroe County. With over 50 nominations for this year's awards, the selection committee had their work cut out for them. Thank you to Paulie Escobedo from Cook Group, Alicia Schott from German American Bank, and Ann Bono from Indiana University for helping make the selections tonight. As we start the program, I hope that you take the words heard today and the passion of our 2023 Webb Award winners and share them with your colleagues and other young professionals in your places of work. Tonight's award winner video by Thing in a Pot Productions will be available on our YouTube channel, as well as our website's photo gallery following the ceremony. That said, let's meet our Women Excel Bloomington Award winners.
We have 7 sections.
What I would tell my younger self in this profession, I would say go for your dreams. Never settle for where you're at because it's comfortable. Growth only happens when you're uncomfortable. And in my 30s, when I realized that, I was at a very stable job, loved my job, but I knew that it wasn't what was in my heart. So going for that, that's just go for your dreams. There should be nothing holding you back. You should try. You should always try. Why not? I say that in the gym a lot. Why not?
Leadership is actually about empowering others to be leaders. I'm really advocating for more of observing and facilitating the growth of others than necessarily thinking like I have the pitchfork and we're heading in a different direction. People's cooperative market is a flat structure, so by definition, we're all leaders. And because we're a cooperative, one of the cooperative principles is autonomy. And so I've really learned that I don't have to be a leader everywhere, that I can use my specific gifts and talents integrated with the gifts and talents of others. And we as a group are leading and make sure that other people feel empowered enough to lead.
The advice that I would give a young woman going into leadership would be to make space for yourself. Leadership is something that can become all-consuming. It can become an obligation and a responsibility much the same way that more traditional roles for women like motherhood can. And when you're a leader, you are a mother in some ways. You are like a lot of times founding an idea or a movement or an organization. And it's a huge responsibility. So make sure if you're stepping into a leadership position that that's a position you want and that you feel passionate about and that you can really give your best self to.
The advice I would give a young woman going into leadership for the first time, I think I would say two things. The first is to get comfortable being uncomfortable on your own terms, meaning put yourself at tables you don't feel like you should be at and take risks. And you'll be surprised by what you learn and what people will learn from you. And then secondly, I would probably use a phrase that my mentor and best friend now, Jack, told me a while ago in my career, is that you don't really need to ask permission, you can ask for forgiveness. And I say that, obviously when you're working with integrity, because there's a lot of decisions you have to make as a leader, a lot of actions you have to take, and you just need to be confident in the choices that you're making and know that you can deal with whatever outcomes there are.
My advice for someone just getting into leadership is treat your employees the way you want to be treated. Your staff looks to you to lead them, and if you're not leading by example, then they're doing their own thing and they're not a team. So I think by leading by example, you're gathering everyone together for a consensus and making the right decision. I pick up trash, whatever I gotta do, I do, but I think you have to do that in order to be a good leader, because if you're not doing it and you're expecting someone else to do it, then why are they gonna do it? So lead by example.
Find other women. There's a sense that competition is an internal assumption, but it's actually external, that we need to be in competition. I work with women all the time. I went to a women's college, and I've yet to see competition win out. All I've seen is more women putting each other on their shoulders, making ridiculous sacrifices, and placing themselves in a position to be supportive. Scaffolding is what I used to talk about a lot, like how we scaffold each other.
You clap for everyone else first. You build everybody up around you because you're only as strong as your team is. And so my biggest goal, and they know it at Fit 812 that, positivity is the only thing allowed in the gym, but making sure whatever journey that you're on, you are clapping for everybody else. If you're struggling, you're still clapping for people. If you're on the top, you're still clapping for people. And when you find that balance and it's not always me, 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 then your life changes. Leadership is more about serving the people that are there for you. And so when you give your heart and soul to them and you listen and you really want them to succeed, you give them all of your knowledge, you give them every ounce that you know, that you have learned, all the tricks of the trade, that's what makes you a successful leader, is to allow them to be just as successful as you.
Giving them the empowerment to do their job, so not micromanaging them. So letting them make the decision, backing that decision even if you don't think it's right, and then discussing later, what would you have liked to see different, or asking them, what could you have done different to make that situation better? So today's a good example. We have 30 different events. Could I get in there and do it because I think I can do it better? Sure. But if I don't let them do it, then I'm taking that away from them. I'm taking the empowerment away from them. So I don't go double check their work. I'm going to trust that they're doing what they need to do to be successful. And then if something fails, we're going to talk about how could we have done that better in the future. But I think if I go behind them and check them, then I'm not giving them that empowerment, and then it just totally negated what I want them to grow from.
In order to nurture someone, it's really an investment of time. Getting to know them, getting to understand what motivates them, how to communicate with them, all of that I think really drives the relationship, and then gives them the space to make mistakes and learn from them and just get better as they go.
If I have a life motto, it's probably a 311 lyric, stay positive and love your life. I think that life is all about how we perceive it, and if you can put a positive spin on something, a lot of times you can find a solution where other people will only see a problem.
I would like to thank Stephanie and Bren from the cancer support community here in Bloomington. They nominated me, and I'm really appreciative of all that they do for me and then all I can do for other cancer patients.
I would like to thank my mom, who raised me to be a woman that others find value in. And then I would definitely say Jason, my boss at JBI, who has given me more opportunities than I can even imagine with my career. And then finally those who nominated me, which was the biggest surprise ever, Marissa, Erica, Andrea, and Seth. They are my forever cheerleaders, and I'm just a better person with them in my life.
Of course, I want to thank some of the teachers that I had even before I was a farmer. My third grade teacher who told me I was brilliant, and I believed her, so that helped. And then Jane Cooper Smith, because she'd be holding it down every time. She's like, Lauren. Like, she'll be in rooms and be like, it's Lauren. It's People's Market. But also, I'd really like to thank those people who continue to support People's Market, people who continue to donate kind of anonymously. They don't really want any virtue signaling. They don't really want people to know. I think it's super significant that we've set up a system where people can buy food directly. Like, they can purchase their own food and purchase food for others in the same breath. I have to thank my husband. I mean, he puts up with me buying all these animals and taking care of them for me. I have to really thank my son Jasper, because he is able to articulate some of the ridiculous things that adults think matter so much when they really don't. And then I have to thank myself, because I had no idea that this journey would be so transformational. It's interesting how you continue to say yes to work, not knowing necessarily the outcome, but it's feeling more and more as if Monroe County, at the very least, is able to feel a sense of food system authority. Like, they have some sort of impact and influence on what food we're producing, who's it going to, and how we can reduce the 1 in 6 Hoosiers who are hungry.
I would like to thank Allison Van Doren, my nominator. I would really love to thank Dr. Valerie Strunk, my professional mentor and friend. And I'd like to thank my friend and client, Jennifer Burns, for always being so supportive and being here for me for the last couple of really difficult years.
I would like to thank for this honor, first and foremost, God, that He gave me these gifts. I feel very fortunate that I am able to portray everything that He has given me, and that I love it so much, and He has allowed me to have the knowledge and gain the knowledge to share my passion. Secondly, and I'll try not to get emotional, is my husband, Aaron White. Fit 812 would 100% not be what it is without him. I would also love to thank my parents, my dad. I'm thankful for my mom that pushed me to do the things that I loved. It would have been very easy for them to not want to take me to dance class 6 nights a week, all day, go to dance competitions every weekend, travel. It would have been very easy for them to say no, but they knew that this is what I wanted to do, and I'm so thankful that they did, because that's why I'm where I'm at now. I also want to thank my Fit 812 family. Again, I had no idea that they were nominating me for this, and to watch all of these people succeed and love the product that I'm producing and feel the passion, and then I see the passion in them, that's what makes us tick, and that's what makes the community what it is. So I'm really thankful for every single one of those people.
Wow, what an empowering video. Hello, my name is Leslie Snyder, and I serve as Chief of Staff for the IU Health South Central Region. It is my honor tonight to present to you our first award winner, Dr. Kelly Clark. Dr. Kelly Clark is the founder and owner of Patient Physical Therapy, where she is a doctor of physical therapy and massage therapist. As a passionate healthcare provider, Kelly founded the Bloomington Mask Drive during the COVID-19 pandemic that as of last summer had distributed over 91,000 handmade masks with 8 dedicated mask stations that were constantly supplied. Kelly has received numerous honors and awards, such as the Bloom Magazine's Heroes of the Pandemic, the Chamber's Unmasked Hometown Hero Award, South Central Indiana Kiwanis Sheila Evans Health Hero Award, Stone Belt's Steve Warren Hero Award, City of Bloomington's Be More recipient, and much more. Kelly has served on the Bloomington, Indiana Bicycle and Pedestrian Safety Commission from January of 2020 to January of 2022. She was appointed as the American Physical Therapy Association Centennial Scholar for January 2021 to 2022, where she served the Indiana chapter. Kelly also founded the Cash Practice Incubator, a program to mentor and support physical therapists and massage therapists from less advantaged means to grow the practice of their dreams. As her nominator, Dr. Allison Van Doren, stated, Kelly is a woman excelling, actively supporting other women in their journeys to excel. Congratulations, Kelly, on your Webb Award.
Microphone's a little sensitive. Thank you. It's such an honor to be recognized here at Women Excel Bloomington. I am so grateful to the Chamber of Commerce for hosting us and to all the incredible local businesses that sponsored this event. I'd also like to, once again, live, thank my wonderful friend Jennifer Burns for her unflagging support, my mentor, Dr. Valerie Strunk, for her fine example, and my colleague, friend, and nominator for Women Excel Bloomington, Dr. Allison Van Doren. Dr. Van Doren and I have a few things in common, and one of those things is that we both started PT school when we were already in our early 30s. That difference and the life experiences that we each brought to our training set us apart as practitioners, and last year brought us together as colleagues. My dad was 58 years old when, despite regular primary care visits and a long nagging list of symptoms, he received a cancer diagnosis that ended his life less than 6 months later. In that brief but intense brush with the medical world, I saw a side of healthcare that I had never guessed at. It was heartbreaking and scary, but we expected that. What we didn't expect was the constant confusion and stress of trying to make life and death decisions with almost no information and under the advice of doctors that seemed indifferent or even bored in response to our plight. Soon after my father passed, I made good on a promise to him and went back to school full-time to become a physical therapist. It was a dream I had put off for 15 years and long assumed I would never fulfill. The closer I got to graduation, the more often I saw PTs who were burnt out from 10 or even 20 back-to-back visits every day and constant battles with health insurance companies for quality patient care. I lost a lot of sleep during my final clinical rotations, tossing and turning in worry that I might have missed something important in the pressure and rush of every workday. I founded Patient PT and the Bloomington Mask Drive because I believe that people have a right to affordable, approachable, patient-centered healthcare. But after investing 6 years to join the health professions, I couldn't find that anywhere outside of my own dreams. Today, Patient PT is my own dream come true, a clinic with the simple mission to foster lifelong wellness and maximize patient empowerment through education and skilled, research-informed, empathetic care. Allie is the first therapist to join me in my mission to excel in healthcare, but will not be the last. Thank you for recognizing me and the excellence that we strive for at Patient PT.
Okay. Hello, I'm Pamela Boswell-Dyke from IU Radio and TV, WTIU, WFIU. I'm going to present the second award winner. It's my honor, Hope Kaiser. Hope is the Assistant Director of the IU Athletic Dining and an active volunteer with the cancer support community. She has such a passion for supporting others, increasing awareness of the resources available to cancer patients and the survivors, because she was also diagnosed with leukemia and has been undergoing treatments. Hope unofficially started and led a committee with Cancer Support Community, which pulled Bloomington food resources together to start offering a nutrition and cooking class, Nutrition for Wellness. Each month, Hope helps coordinate a local chef who plans and performs a live cooking demonstration of a healthy, single meal that is packed with nutritional value for cancer patients and their survivors. She has volunteered at countless community health fairs and helped plan the annual National Cancer Survivor Celebration Days. Hope was presented with the Cancer Support Community South Central Indiana Volunteer of the Year Award in 2022. Which was then named the Hope Award. As her nominator, Stephanie Sheldon stated, she truly devotes all of her efforts to helping other cancer patients and survivors find resources like food, counseling, and other supports available in the community. Let's put our hands together. Come on, Hope.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna tear up. It took a cancer diagnosis for me to put myself out there, and I wish I wouldn't have taken that, but since it has, it's been a goal of mine to make sure everyone has the information they need and the different things that go along with cancer that you don't think of until it happens to you or one of your loved ones. So if I could be that closure for someone or a voice for someone who doesn't have a voice, that's what I want to do. Thank you to the Chamber. Thanks to all of you for being here. It means a lot to me. And thank you for this award.
We'd like to pause for just a moment to honor someone very dear to the Be Will and Web programs whose support was instrumental in their creation. Many of you knew May Cassidy, but for those of you who didn't, she was the founder and owner of Cassidy Electrical Contractors and was a big supporter and contributor of both the Bloomington Women in Leadership Group and the Women Excel Bloomington Awards. May passed away late last year and is deeply missed. I had the honor of getting to know her over the last 2 years. We would talk at the Be Will programs and Web Awards, and my last conversation with her was at this very event at a table just right in here where her family's sitting now. And that was my first major speaking role with the chamber, so I was a bit nervous, if you can imagine. But I sat there with her for about 5 minutes, and she told me everything would be fine, and I believed her, and it was. And it was just, her dedication was inspirational, and just that spirit of encouragement was, I don't even know what the right word for it is. It's helped me so much, and I'm so grateful to have gotten to know her. The Greater Bloomington Chamber of Commerce would like to celebrate her today and always, and all that she has accomplished over her lifetime. Not only did May have many professional successes, but she was also involved in numerous civic organizations. In upcoming Women Excel Bloomington Award ceremonies, we will be presenting a new award, the May Cassidy Legacy of Excellence. Now, I would like to present the award, a memento, to the family in memory of May for truly exemplifying a legacy of excellence. I'd like to invite her daughter Dell up to the stage and the entire family, if they'd like to accept our token and to say a few words about May as well.
Hello. High school teacher by trade, so I'm going to spare you the PowerPoint and the 45-minute dissertation I had supplied. So we're going to try and keep this down to 2 minutes. The legacy of May Cassidy as the successful businesswoman began with a wrong way turn onto Walnut, a broken car, and no money to fix it. Doesn't that sound like not a great way to start a legacy award? But I'm sure many of the people here who have started their own businesses, you can relate to the hurdles that you had to cross early on. And that is one thing that my mother did with aplomb, is she saw the hurdle, and even though she was about this tall, she cleared everyone. Mom worked tirelessly beside my dad at the time as what was called Hoppy's Electric. It was his name, last name was Cassidy, Hop Along Cassidy, you might have heard a little bit about that. She was the one in the trenches. He was a big talker. Now, we lost Dad in 1981. I was only 5. I don't have a lot of memories of Dad, but I have a lot of stories. And a lot of those stories revolve around Mom as the support person, Mom getting the work done. Dad was the talker. Mom was doing the wiring, as you can see right up there, right? She was the first female licensed electrician in Indiana. Something, right? Yeah. You wouldn't think that's an issue until she was pregnant with me in 1975, and the IBEW, the Electrical Brotherhood Union, didn't have a policy in place for pregnant electricians. They'd never had one before. So she's like, boys, you're gonna have to do something. So she continued in that career. Well, 1981, she lost Dad. That's a big adversity. Like, he was there. She was doing a lot of the work, but he was kind of the man guy. But with the support of my brothers, I was only 6. I had nothing to do with it. They helped her grow Cassidy Electric into the amazing business that it continues to be today. She was a sole parent for me. Like I said, didn't know Dad very well, very long, and she did a great job. She was my role model. She was the reason that I was like, I'm female? I can do anything. There's no glass ceiling. We'll just shatter it. You did, and you're only this tall. I got at least a foot on you. Should be fine. So growing up, she was my ultimate role model. I wrote a lot of papers, I remember, in middle school where people were like, oh, who do you look up to? I'm like, my mom. Well, actually, I looked down on her at that point because I was taller. But she was the reason that I felt I could do whatever I wanted to. And just a little personal aside, I sometimes felt like I settled as a high school teacher. That's a traditional female role. And I was like, oh man, am I letting her down? Am I letting down her legacy? And in the end, I'm not. I'm a physics teacher, still fairly, male dominated, so I'm still blazing the trails. But she told me once that she's like, I landed in the electrical trade. I landed in business ownership. She's like, I don't know. It might have been nice to have been a teacher. So there's a softer side to May that not very many people got to see because she was a businesswoman through and through. She would have loved to have stood up here and seen all of these amazing females leading their industries and whatever they are, things that she would not have even considered. She would have been so proud of each and every one of you for showing up, doing the work, getting the job done, and knowing that if a challenge comes your way, you're gonna do it. And then, in the words that she always said, her love language was hard work and a hard pat on the back. We don't really do hugs, but we do a lot of thumps. This too shall pass. And I've taken those words as, we lost her in November. It's been a long grieving process. And I know, this too shall pass. So thank you so much.
Hello, I am Maria Douglas with Middle Way House, and it is my honor to introduce the next Webb Award. And I would have, even though I've never been in a fight before and I love peace, not war, I would have fought somebody to do this today, because I love this person so much. So, it is my honor tonight to present to you our third award winner, Lauren McAllister. That's right. That's the type of energy that she brings. As her nominator, Jane Cooper Smith, another great one, right, stated, Lauren is not what you see is what you get. It's not because she pretends to be anything but her authentic self, again, why we love her, right? But it is because her authentic self is so multifaceted that it is impossible to get a single snapshot of her. Lauren wears many hats to increase access to nutrient-dense food. She does this with her partners on the People's Market Board, as a co-owner with her husband of 3 Flock Farm, and as a yoga instructor and a doula. She works tirelessly behind the scenes to attract resources to the People's Market in order to support their mission to work towards intersectional anti-racism, create space for food justice work, create meaningful collaborations, build equity, cultivate liberation, and ensure access to local food, art, and education. She challenges and educates as she works to drive access to high-quality, nutrient-dense food. Lauren and her husband, who's here tonight, raise and harvest lamb to provide Hoosiers with a local, sustainable, grass-fed meat source. They both sell and advocate with the People's Market. So thank you, Lauren, for your dedication to improving your community, and congratulations on your award.
Okay. Can you hear me okay? Yeah. Awesome. Hi, I'm Lauren McAllister, and I'm a black farmer. Clap. Yeah. And so I'll ask you, how many black farmers do you know? One, right? Me. I exist. I'm here. And just like black cooperatives since emancipation, black women have been leading cooperatively. We started off by making quilts to free others. We started by creating mutual aid groups. And then we moved on to larger, bigger swaths of land. I live on 25 acres right now, and I intend to have more. Clap. There you go. In 2020, we were confronted with white supremacy in our market, and Dr. Kara Kadu put up a sign that told us, no, we weren't gonna live in a community that didn't confront, address, and stand up for farmers like me. Clap. So when we think about that kind of rip or that kind of tear, what does repair look like? That's what People's Cooperative Market has answered for me. It's determined, it's straightforward, and it's restorative. We've now repaired and created our own market, and in the past year, secured a $1 million grant so that BIPOC farmers throughout the state could purchase more food and give it away for free. Yeah. So you're wondering, what can't she do? I can't do it alone. It turns out that I'll need more women. I'll need more cooperation. There's a reward center in our brains that light up when we cooperate. We choose it every time when we think that reciprocal altruism is available to us. Let me tell you, our motto at People's Market is abundance, abundance, abundance. White supremacy tells us there's not enough. Restorative justice, racial liberation tells us there's always been enough. There's always been enough. So when we look forward and we ask, what can't Lauren do? Your answer is, alone. I can't do it by myself. So whenever you have time, maybe right now, you can go to our website and discover, what is People's Cooperative Market doing for our state? Are we reducing the 90% of imported local foods? Yes, the answer is yes. Are we employing and investing in our BIPOC farmers often and early? Yes. And are we consuming local nutrient-dense food to improve our economy? Yes. So thank you so much for the recognition, and most importantly, so that I don't feel like I'm doing it by myself.
That's a tough one to follow. Hello, my name is Michelle Satilli with Sincerely Yours Weddings and Premier Events. It is my honor tonight to present you with our 4th award winner, Jillian Thebe. Jillian is Chief Operating Officer at JB International, a software startup. She is also a vital part of the board of directors for Girls Inc. When the pandemic hit, Girls Inc. was forced to reduce staff. Jillian didn't hesitate to step in and keep Girls Inc. viable until they were able to find necessary partnerships and support. She also helped plan the Girls Inc. inaugural Ruby Gala that took place this past November. Jillian is a vocal supporter of businesses and organizations which are led by marginalized communities such as women, people of color, LGBTQ+, and works to elevate awareness and opportunities for these organizations. She is involved in Leadership Bloomington with a project of working on period poverty, and graduated this past April. As her nominator, Marissa Churchill, stated, she exemplifies the meaning of inspiring all girls to be strong, smart, and bold. Another nominator, a previous award winner, Erica Ulfiant, stated Jillian's passion and energy are real, and it is infectious to all who know her. Thank you, Jillian, for your leadership and inspiration, and congratulations on your award. Jillian is unable to attend tonight's ceremony, but accepting the award for her is Girls Inc. Director of Operations, Marissa Churchill, and Fund Development Assistant, Hannah Hirsch.
Okay, good afternoon, good evening, good night, all of the above. I'm Marissa Churchill, and I'm the Director of Operations for Girls Inc.
And I'm Hannah Hirsch, the Fund Development Assistant at Girls Inc. You may notice that the two women up here, but neither of them are Jillian. That is because, honestly, it takes two people combined to do what one Jillian does alone. In all seriousness, Jillian is an exemplifying leader in her profession as Chief Operating Officer at JB International, but also has an enormous heart and makes a big impact on our community.
Serving on the Girls Inc. board and helping our organization survive during the pandemic, we have Jillian to thank for helping Girls Inc. Jillian poured her heart and soul into the organization and revitalized our center and staff to get us to the point where we can continue to the mission to inspire all girls to be strong, smart, and bold.
With the Girls Inc. mission, Jillian intertwines our philosophy into multiple communities and networks, embodying that strong, smart, and bold into various endeavors. For strong, you might see Jillian at Full House Fitness getting her sweat on or volunteering with Women's Build for Habitat for Humanity.
For smart, Jillian spends her free time reading up on current books and, of course, the classics to stay with the know. Or you can catch her working on more publications on how to engage students throughout the educational journey.
For bold, you can see Jillian advocating for menstrual equity and getting free hygiene product dispensing machines in multiple organizations' facilities as part of Leadership Bloomington project.
Many of us have been touched by Jillian's kindness and spirit, and so we will leave you with one final quote from Jillian herself, the personal motto of,
"Work hard and be nice to people." Thank you.
Okay. Hello, my name is Lisa Colvin with the People's State Bank, and it's my honor to present to you the final award winner of the evening, Nicole White. Okay, and this is off script, but expected. I was sitting back at the table with her, and you can just tell that these are more than just her clients. I mean, these ladies are her friends. And also, I feel I must now join the gym. I want to let you know I'm sucking it up right now. And also, I found out, I didn't even have a brownie because I found out those cost points. But the meal itself was 0 points, so I ate that, but I can't have any brownies. Do not follow me afterwards to Culver's and do not judge me. Okay, all right. Says, Nicole is the owner of Fit 812, a fitness facility that many have described as being a community that embraces people of all ages, sizes, and backgrounds, which has created a culture that uplifts and inspires each other daily. Nicole's #1 rule is that there is no negativity allowed within her walls. She inspires others to build up not just their own self-esteem and self-worth, but also those working out around them. Not only are her classes packed, but she also has extended her classes to men's classes and seniors classes. She believes everyone deserves to be healthy and supported both physically and mentally. She often utilizes her business to raise funds to support causes meaningful to herself personally, both locally and nationally, like Hoosiers Outrun Cancer and the Wounded Warrior Project. Nicole volunteers for local schools, offering special programs like dance classes and weightlifting workouts. Those who attend her gym continue to remark about how much Nicole has changed their lives for the better. In her nomination, many quotes were submitted by members of her gym. As Sarah C. stated, Nicole White has made such an impact on so many people. Her drive and love of people is so big and contagious, I swear it's going to take over the world. She makes the world a better place. Congratulations, Nicole, on your Web Award.
YOLO.
You only live once. This was the phrase that began Fit 812 in 2017. I did it scared. I believed in my craft. I hustled. I made sacrifices. I took every lesson I learned from past professions, schools, instructors, the good and the bad. I leaned on my wonderful husband. I fought hard to lead by example for every client who walked through the doors. What started as a 6th client on a big day, pay per class group 5.5 years ago, is now a 300+ client gym with sold out classes maxing out at 78 people per class and an added employee. I still have a hard time wrapping my head around that. I still have moments when I get to the gym and I pray someone or anyone will show up. But this is where leadership and community, the community we built, comes into play. I will come back to that later. Starting at a young age, I seemed to be put in a lot of leadership roles. I don't know if it was because I was bossy, loud, liked things done a certain way, or perfectionist, persistent, or just exuded mad leadership skills. I'm gonna go with the last one. But in every single role, sport, group, there was a lesson to be learned that was preparing me for adulthood, Fit 812, and becoming the leader that I would want in my life. I have broken my lifetime into 4 sections of what I have encountered and then the lessons and goals that I have learned and kept in my back pocket. Ages 5 to 18, adolescence. People want to see you fail. Prove them wrong with a humble heart and work your tail off if you want it. Being talented, a leader means no one likes you. Be kind to everyone and make room at your table for integrity, loyalty, respect, and no drama. Teachers, coaches that enjoy your presence. Be good to and respect the people who want to invest in you and mostly believe in you. Ages 19 to 22, renewed passion for my craft. Share all my knowledge with people around me so they can feel what I feel. Jealousy. Never apologize nor hide your light to make someone else feel brighter. Why not shine together and light up the entire room? Failure. Never give up. Keep going, keep grinding, keep fighting and cheer for the ones who are in their winning season. Uncertainty. If something is not happening, that doesn't mean that the fire inside of you is going out. What lessons are being learned and how can I use those new tools to become a great employee, employer, and leader? 24 to 31, professional years. First big professional leadership role, humility over pride. Admit when you are wrong, apologize when necessary, give credit when credit is due. It's lonely on top. Build a culture where the community wants to see everyone succeed. It is okay to move on and leave people behind. Not everyone will like you for and what you stand for, and that is okay. Let them lose you. 32 to 100, we will call these the Fit 812 years. All of those life lessons listed above got us here. Community. Build a community where every person is seen, pushed, supported, and shows up for one another. Where all people have a seat at the table and know that anything negative, not serving each other, is not welcome. That is what we are, that is what I have encouraged, and that is what we have built as a community. As I said in the beginning, I still have moments where I worry no one will show up for class, and I think that's normal for small business owners. But leading by example and showing up, not just in the gym, but in life, gives them the drive to show up for me, and I will forever be grateful for that. Leadership does not have to be singular. Leadership can come in many different ways, and not just from the person in charge. Encouraging others to be themselves, shine their light, choose their hard. How they use that for the greater good makes them a leader in our gym. I know today's honor is for me, but I hope every single client knows that I accept this award as Fit 812, because it belongs to every single person that has walked through those doors and shown up for me and for themselves. Thank you.
Congratulations once again to all of today's Women Excel Bloomington Award winners. You lead a life by example, and it's clear by the crowd in this room and by the words we heard in your video that you are all genuinely appreciated and respected in your community and in your fields. If today's award winners would please stand one more time. Okay. Thank you. What a wonderful group of women who represent their organizations, families, and communities so exceptionally well. Their list of achievements and involvement certainly serve as an inspiration to all of us. Kelly, Hope, Lauren, Jillian, and Nicole, congratulations again. Bloomington is a better place because each of you gives back in such a positive way. Before we enjoy the last few minutes of our evening, I would also like to once again thank our wonderful sponsors: Cat City Electrical Contractors, Cook Group, Old National Bank, Ruoff Mortgage, Indiana University, B97 and 105.1, Developify Consulting, First Financial Bank, Fourth Phase Technology, and Nature's Way. Please recognize the additional sponsors that are supporting today's Women Excel Bloomington Awards, listed behind me as well. We would also like to thank the Indiana University Athletics team, Upland Brewery, and the Hankey Hall staff for making our event so enjoyable. It deserves a round of applause. A few quick reminders for you. We'd like to invite you to join us tomorrow from 5 to 9 p.m. for the 4th and Rogers Block Party. It will be along West 4th Street and will have new gallery walk exhibits, plentiful art, food, music, and fun for all ages. On Saturday, June 10th at the Carroll Stadium on the IU-PUI campus, join us for a Bloomington Community Night with Indy 11, a soccer team, playing against Hartford Athletic. Kickoff will be at 7 p.m. Make sure to also join us for Member Appreciation Week celebration on Wednesday, June 28th at Assembly Hall's South Lobby from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. We hope to see you there. You can register for all of these events and get more information at chamberbloomington.org. Congratulations once again to our award winners. We will invite the award winners back to the stage for a big group photo to celebrate 13 years of Women Excel Bloomington Awards. And with that, thank you, all of you for joining us today. Enjoy the rest of your evening.